All right, I'm sitting here with Kaie. How you doing?
I'm okay.
All
Cold,
right.
that's all.
Cold?
Yeah.
It's getting cold out, huh?
Yeah, they said what has been cold blues lately?
Yeah, what is that? Once it's got to drop below freezing for that? Is that what they say?
I believe so. I heard they even opened up prevention point at night for some people.
Wow.
Thank God I don't really get stuck out here.
Right there. No. So, do you have a place to sleep indoors normally, or how's it work?
Yeah,
down here?
but it's not it's not promised every night, you
Okay.
know. But I have a lot of friends, and so there is always like I got an ex. I can always go to his house.
Okay.
But there is always somewhere for me to stay.
Okay, that's good. It's
like I've never had to stay a night outside.
okay.
So
That's good because it gets really rough out there. I'm sure
Yeah.
you're very aware of it. Having at least a place to go inside at night is so much.
It's just
so much
debating
better.
which friend to call to ask if I can come over for the day, for the
Yeah.
night, or whatever, and so on.
Yeah. How long have you been down here for?
So I want to say I've been out here on the streets for, I want to say it's been like maybe 2 years.
Okay.
On and off though.
Okay.
But it's been a good consistent like 6-month period though.
Okay. All right. And what's your drug of choice?
Dope and hard.
Okay.
And I gotta say though, I know it's not good doing 2 drugs now, but because of the hard, it helped me slow way down on the dope.
Okay. So using more crack throughout the day lowered your.
Well,
the
because
fentanyl
I was
intake.
doing just dope, and I would dip off,
Oh,
and
okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
but now that I do hard, I don't like hard alone, so I mix them together, the dope and hard.
Okay.
And it gives me this, like, as they call it, the mask on feeling when you take a perk, the tingly sensation.
Yeah.
And that's what I get. And and it also stops like the nausea, the sweatiness from the hard, and then the hard stops the dipping out.
Yeah. So do you enjoy the Kaie, or is that something that you don't like? I just asked because that's
I
like
want
the
to
only
say
drug I've never tried.
yeah. So I'll be honest, because I never know exactly what is the Kaie. I thought the Fetty and the Trank was kind of like the same thing in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say, like, for me, what I enjoy is I do enjoy the dipping out, because I could be crying, and as soon as I smoke it, I stop crying right away. I get this euphoria feeling, and then I'm safe. I do dip out or something like that. What I enjoy is the fact that I'm dipped out and I'm not thinking of anything, and therefore I'm not thinking of all the pain and everything I'm going through. And time 3 hours just went by, and I feel like I closed my eyes for 2 seconds.
So it's a good nod then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but it is embarrassing, and like I do feel, I look at myself some type of way sometimes.
Yeah. It's just like. I was talking to you before we started this how I stopped right before fentanyl came out, and back then you could get a job and like hide your heroin addiction, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's literally impossible to hide your addiction.
Yeah, but see me, like I'd be like, I guess because of the position I'm in, I feel lonely. Because in 2012, let's say I had my first son, but my first son, we knew there wasn't a chance of him surviving, so he ended up passing away. But 3 months later, my grandmother passed away, and that was that's what fucked me up in my head. Excuse my language.
Okay, no, you're good.
But
Speak freely.
like I tell people, if anybody can be your soulmate, then my grandmother was my soulmate.
Okay.
And
so that took that.
Taking her away was like taking my spine away from my body.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't feel like myself anymore, and I think I'm still numbing that pain.
Okay. Is that so? You turned to like the drugs pretty hard after she passed?
I started taking perks.
Okay.
With my baby dad, and we were taking perks like only on Saturdays, and it was to so that he could last longer during sex or whatever.
Yeah, no.
But then I started to enjoy it, and I liked the feeling that I got because it made me all happy. And you could ask me for $1, I'll give you $5. And I'm cleaning. It got me off my ass. So I wanted to take them even more now. Because I was getting shit done.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I started to enjoy the high, and then that's when I started to sit down and take the perk and enjoy the high. Let me just sit still to enjoy it. And now that's when the addict came out.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy though. In the very early stages of taking your Percocets, it is the best, high in the world.
Yeah.
Endless energy. You, like your boyfriend said, you can last as long as you want in bed. You can work all day. I used to call them workasets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
you
is a
really
good one.
could.
But then, that's when you start moving up to 10s, 15s.
And then they
comes
get really
the 30s.
expensive.
Yep, the 30s. But then comes the 30s where you got to find real ones, and then I can't afford it now. So now I'm buying the fake 30s because they're cheaper, but they got Fetty in it. But then now I can't afford those perks still. They might be cheaper, $5 cheaper, but I still can't afford a $20 perk 30 still. It's still too much. So my friend, she was like, well, here, snort some of this, but be careful because this, it'll help you with your withdrawal. So once I did that and I had that same type of high I did from the Fetty and the Perk 30s, I liked it. So when I went out down Allegheny myself trying to cop, I was like, yeah, can I get those baggies that got the Fetty in it?
Yeah.
And then he was like, Mama, that's heroin. I was like, no, well, I want the bag with just the Fetty in it. And I'm not understanding that it's the heroin mixed with the Fetty and trank and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when I learned what it was, but I was already too deep in, hooked onto it.
Yeah.
And, I dove in head first without,
Yeah. Well, the early stages of your addiction, it's fun down here. You know what I mean? I'm not even going to lie. It's when you're ripping and running, you still got money. The lifestyle could be fun. Now, we were talking off air, and you said something. Being a female down here, most females go to sex work to survive down here. You said you don't do that.
Yeah, no. I take pride in being, the only female. Or I know there got to be a couple others, but a female who doesn't do it because so many men approach me and it's so disrespectful. So regardless, I was just already saying no before I can even think about getting into that. And I want to be able to come home to my kids one day and kiss them without worrying about catching if I caught a disease or not. I had a girlfriend, for instance, who I just recently broke up with, and here she got pregnant by a date and didn't know which one.
Wow.
Then she caught an STD by somebody and she didn't know by who. And that's the exact reason why I don't do it,
So the temptation to do it as a female must be pretty high. I'm not saying.
Oh my God,
because
yeah.
of the money.
I wish I had the balls sometimes to just be like, you know what, fuck it. Let me make this money real quick. But
because you can make really good money. Not really, but as opposed to the other ways to get money down here. That is a lot of money.
Yep.
And so your life down here is a lot harder than...
I told somebody, I'd rather hustle and withdraw first before I get that desperate to do a date.
Wow.
It's hard for me. People go, you're pretty, it should be easy for you.
Yeah. No, you're a very attractive woman.
Because I'm pretty, it's harder. Because if I ask a guy for a goddamn near nickel, it's, well, what can you do for me for this nickel?
Yeah.
But like I said, if I was some hunchback with no teeth and my eyes going this way... he's going to be like, take the nickel. Here, take fucking 5 quarters and get out my face.
Do you run into that a lot when you're trying to, sleep at places? Guys, trying to take advantage of you for sleeping?
No, because I go to familiar places.
Okay, that's good.
Somewhere, where I already know them. I have this ex where I go to. Well, and it's funny because he's actually a pimp. And he runs a house of prostitutes, so it's funny. But, I'm comfortable there. I get left alone. I sleep in either his bed or I sleep in bed with one of the girls or whatever, and they're cool. And and that's really it. Other than that, it's friends that I know that I've known for quite a while.
A lot of the girls I talk to, when they say they choose to stay on the street sometimes because of the guy's house they could go to, it's like they demand stuff from them when they get to the house. So do you have any desire to get clean right now?
I do. I want to do the 7-day detox. So I finally got a phone yesterday, and tomorrow I'm going to Prevention Point so that I can get my, work things out with my ID and welfare.
Okay.
Because my welfare was cut off. But I need to get welfare back once, and then I got to look into the custody with my kids.
Okay.
and see, how that goes, because I need welfare's help with everything, and but I heard Prevention Point helps with that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, they definitely do. So you are open to getting clean here in the future.
Yeah. So I want to go before Christmas.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it on my own.
It's
For
really
instance,
hard
just
to do it
earlier,
on your own,
like
man.
I was sitting right by the Somerset, where you exit the Somerset L station, across the street, the black ramp,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody sits out there. I was just sitting there, like for instance, just now, like I kind of was dipping, or whatever, but I sit on the chair, like I took one puff off the foil of someone's dope, and I like almost fell on my face 4 times. Thankfully, I caught myself, but just one puff.
Wow,
That was
guy almost just got
scary.
hit by a car. Holy shit. Yeah. Whoa, that was close. I'm sorry. So, is that what you do? Do you freebase now? Is that how you smoke it, or?
Yeah, because I used to snort it, but my nose, I got a deviated septum now.
Okay.
And I seen a girl who, because she snorted so much, she's got a big ass hole on the roof of her mouth, which I don't want. I don't want to use a needle because I don't like the whole idea of a needle. So it's like the only thing I can do is
Smoke it?
Yeah, smoke it pretty much.
Do you deal with sores smoking it? Do you get sores?
Never had sores, but I deal with a clogged nose, green boogies.
Well, quick question. Does your boogers get like rock hard?
Yeah, snot rockets. That's what we call
So that
them.
really happens?
Yep.
The one girl was saying it's like
so
a shard of glass. It's almost like her boogers turn into. Really?
It is disgusting.
Wow, that's so
it is
wild.
hard. It is crap.
Wow. All right, sweetie, you're getting tired. I don't like showing people when they're getting tired in the car. I appreciate.
Yeah, it's because I'm sitting still.
Yeah, no, I get. It always happens in the thing. I don't like to showing you guys sleeping out. I appreciate you doing the interview and.
Yeah, no, I was nervous doing this because the last time someone approached me, it was the 2 younger guys or whatever, and it was around Allegheny, and but they tried lying to me, saying that they weren't going to post it when really they did, and if they didn't just lie to me, I would have been okay with doing it. Like I'm somebody who just be honest with me.
Yeah.
I've been humbled badly in life, so I vowed to do things the right way now, and.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you doing it. That's why, Rob, when I talked to Rob, I've known Rob for a while now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, and he knows I don't ask like crazy questions or like try and embarrass people. So that's why he said you'd be a good one to do.
Yeah, Rob doesn't really know me too well, but we're getting to know each other. He just seems like he has a lot on his plate.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he does. That's another guy I wish would go get clean, but I don't see it happening, unfortunately. If I see you in the future, can we do a follow-up interview?
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll always see me around Somerset.
Is that where you're at?
Yeah,
normally?
I'm always up and down there.
Okay.
Sometimes Huntington. And lately I've been going down Norristown though to hang out with friends and stuff like that, and I actually like it out there.
I used to live in Lansdale, which isn't far from Norristown.
Yeah, I was in actually Lansdale not too long ago.
I fucking hate Montgomery County. When I maxed out,
it was so boring.
When I maxed out of my parole sentence, I moved the next day out of Montgomery County, and I haven't been back yet.
Damn, the next day.
Literally the next day, I moved in with my brother in Philly.
Oh wow.
The day, I went and I had to sign my paperwork, and then I went home and I packed up and I left. I was like, fuck Montgomery County.
You wanna hear something fucked up? My whole life, right? I've been working since I was 15. When you had to get the green working permit cards.
Yeah.
Well, my mom has been claiming my taxes, and I have 3 kids now, right? Well, and I'm 32 years old. To this very day, she's been claiming my taxes and my kids' taxes, and I have not yet to get a penny, see a penny of any of that. She claims it all. I get nothing.
Well, hopefully she uses the money for the kids at least.
No, she uses it for her own self-good, and she gives my dad half, and he's an addict too.
So the addiction runs in your family, though?
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely does.
Yeah, that gets tough, man. Do you have sober support to reach out to if you get clean on the streets? Like good people.
It's so weird because I want to say my baby dad, but it's crazy. My baby dad won't let me see my kids because I'm on drugs. But when he wants to come and fuck me, he's bringing drugs. But it's his drugs of choice because he does coke.
Oh, okay.
But does that not? That's such a contradiction. You got the kids because I'm on drugs, but you are too.
Yeah.
But it's fucked up because my business is out there, but they get to keep their shit to themselves.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
But he is a good support system besides that,
Yeah.
he is like a good support system.
All right. It's just support. A good support system is so important if you want to get off the streets and stay off it. I got lucky with my family and loved ones. They really helped me out. So it could just be challenging. That's why I ask.
Yeah. So, it is hard.
All right, sweetie.
But-
Wait, you said you have a phone now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Okay.
take your number, and then so.
Oh,
if I
even
can-
better. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I can get a hold of you in the future.
Yeah, in this phone, I don't sell my phone, so
No.
I'll have this phone for a while.
Yeah, well, it's hard holding on to them down here, huh?
Yeah. Well, not really.
No.
Yeah, you just don't fall asleep in front of people, and you don't give no one your phone.
Yeah.
I'm strict with all my stuff. Like, I don't share pipes. I don't do none of that.
That's good.
You know?
No, that's good.
People need to be more educated on infectious and disease.
Yeah, though HIV is rampant down here. A lot of people have it, so you are way ahead of the game by, trying to keep yourself away from that by being safe.
It's like trying to not look homeless, but all these other girls look homeless, and I don't get it, because it's like, if I can do it, they should be able to do it. Take a water bottle, put soap in it, shake it up so it's bubbly, then pop a bunch of holes at the bottom of it and squirt yourself and wash your ass off.
I have yoga pants back there. I want to see if you want a pair, but you might be a little too thick for them, honestly. I got the skinny ones. I'll try.
Well, then
We'll
that's
see.
the good thing. I like them tight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. All right.
Yeah.
All right, sweetie. Thanks again for doing this.
Thank
And
you.
I will see you soon.